Treven Ma'ae from Oregon made the decision earlier today on social media that he's committed to play and transfer to Baylor, play for Dave Aranda, Matthew Paladin, and others on the staff. And he now joins us on 365 Sports with Paul Craig, and I'm David Smoke. Treven, thanks for your time. Trev, as you said you like to be called, appreciate your time. What was the decision-making once you entered the portal, and how did you come to eventually land or commit to Baylor?
Well, I had to start. I just want to say thank you for having me on with you folks today. Really, once I entered the portal, Coach Paladin hit me up and said they had a spot, and we just got to talking from there and kept in contact with the coaches. Talked about getting a visit, and after the spring game, my fiance and I, we liked what we saw and decided Baylor's the home for us.
Did you miss playing for Coach Paladin?
Oh, I did. Well, he was with the safeties when I was at Oregon, but he's the D coordinator now, and Coach Paladin is a great dude. Everybody on the Baylor staff, I just loved being around them. They're the type of people I want to be coached by and surround myself with.
Treven, did you know anybody else besides Coach Paladin? And if so, I mean, obviously you could expand on that. But if not, who were maybe a couple of the coaches or the couple of people you met during your visit that you're excited to get to know a little bit more?
So personally, nobody other than Coach Paladin. And I played against Clark Barrington last year when he was at BYU. So that was nice. And really just the whole coaching staff has been great to me and my fiance during this process. Talking with Coach DJ, Coach Aranda, Coach Bell, everybody's been just showing a lot of love.
Trev, they obviously have bodies, but they need more. I don't think you'd ever have enough players that are inside, that physical, and how many snaps. It's hard to play a bunch of snaps at that position. What were you told about the need and also your role?
Definitely. So right now they're looking at me to come in and play some nose and then just see where else I fit. There's a need at D-line. There's always a need everywhere at any place. D-line's not an easy job to play, and takes a lot of rotation, and there's a lot that goes into it. So that's where they said I'll fit, and I'm happy to be a part of the program and help in any way I can.
Can you describe to someone who's never done it what it is like to play an entire game on the D-line physically, and that, like, you're trying to administer punishment for sure, but just the collateral damage that happens during a game?
Sure. I mean, football as a whole is a rough sport, and that's the big reason why we love it. It's not for everyone, but definitely, there's on average probably 60, 70 snaps in a game, and even after one series, it's tough. And as the game goes on, it's just picking apart who can be the most consistent amongst each other between teams, who can be the most consistent to execute technique and line up correctly and run the plays as prescribed by the coaches. So when you talk about playing the whole game, it gets real tough. And so that's where talking about rotating, getting people in, fresh legs every series, getting in different personnel groupings. So it's very important.
Treven, what would be sort of the scouting report on yourself for people who haven't watched you play before or starting to learn about you now and excited? How would you kind of scout yourself if you had to do that?
Well, I would say my biggest strength is my high effort, running to the ball. That's a premium for me. Growing up, I always being one of my strengths, running to the ball, and just the willingness to prepare and with attention to detail for the plays, getting in the playbook, learning every facet of it, and being able to be available and dependable when called upon. So those are the biggest things for me personally, and I take pride in playing the run, setting edges.
Right now, I got to ask you this question. And your fiance, who is fantastic and giving me some information, how many and what is your order when you go to McDonald's? What is the normal Treven Ma'ae order at Mickey D's?
Okay, all right. So just between us and whoever's listening on the talk show, and this isn't an everyday thing. It's every so often. I do typically get 5 McDoubles, 5 McChickens, a 20-piece chicken nuggets, some fries, and a sweet tea.
Do you get the basket of fries, or do you is that where you skimp?
1 or 2 large fries. You know, fries are fries, but it's just there for after if I'm still hungry.
Oh my goodness! Well, you got to be able to play that nose tackle, right? I mean, you got to keep yourself in that nose tackle weight. How much does your Samoan heritage? How much pride do you take in the culture there?
I take a lot of pride in my culture. It's a warrior. All Polys come from a warrior ancestry. So every time I step on the field, I take that with me, knowing that this is what I'm meant for, is to play football. And I think of carrying my ancestors with me into every game, every time I put on the helmet. So it means a lot to me.
Trev, where in Hawaii are you from?
So I'm originally from Kapolei, Hawaii. That's on Oahu.
I'm getting married there in 6 weeks.
Oh, congratulations! Yeah. I'm getting married in less than 8 weeks on Maui. So,
wow, you guys should get together and have like a bachelor party or something like that.
We should, Trev. What is it about football that the Samoan culture really wrap their arms around?
So, as Polynesians, we're naturally big and naturally athletic. So, it makes sense. You know, a lot of polys typically play line, D-line, linebacker, fullback, and then every other position too, really. But just us as big people, I would say that's the biggest thing. And then coming from a culture based on respect and working hard, and also having that warrior ancestry, football and rugby. Those are the main attractions for Polynesians, especially as a way out for those who didn't have the best opportunities afforded to them, or start out in the best circumstances and situations. Being able to play football or any other sport really just helps to better improve station in life.
Right on. That makes a lot of sense. It's a beautiful thing. Treven, Dave Aranda, how much did you get to interact with him, and what were some of your impressions on what interactions you did have with Baylor's head coach?
First off, our interactions were great. Coach Aranda and I talked almost every day throughout the process. Spending time with him and his family on our visit was incredible, and he's definitely the type of guy I want to play for. And his biggest thing for him, is person over player, and that's where I want to grow, not only as a football player, but as a man and a future husband for my wife to be, and at some point being a father. Those are that's what's important to me as I take this next step in my journey.
So you entered the transfer portal, and a lot of teams have offered you or did offer you before the commitment to Baylor. How quickly did someone contact you once your name was officially in the portal?
Within minutes, hours, I would say.
And do they just blow up your phone? How does that work?
Yeah, it's like high school all over again, just smashed into 1 week, 1 or 2 weeks in the process. So just text, calls, and I'm not too big on social media, but the Twitter was blowing up quite a bit too. And then just Baylor's, the whole coach, feeling the love I felt the love from the whole coaching staff from Baylor. They all just played a big role in our decision coming to be in Waco.
Byron Bonds, who was in town. He's a Utah State transfer who's coming in. I got a chance to visit with him. Did you get a chance to visit with him? And I can imagine your two personalities, if you did, had to be a lot of fun to be around.
Oh, definitely, yeah. So we were on the OV. We both took our OV this past weekend for the game. So it was nice to get with him, and he already committed. Me and him got along real well, and it's awesome that we'll be together next year. I know he'll be in a different room, position room than I am, but I was also, my fiance and I were just impressed with the quality of people they bring in. Coach Aranda brings into the program as far as coaching staff, players, just everybody around it. So it's real big.
Treven Ma'ae is with us, Oregon transfer defensive lineman who committed to Baylor, who's with us on 365 Sports. Academics, sometimes there's so many ways of being pulled different directions as a student athlete. How much has that been ingrained in your system, and how are you doing with that?
Oh, well, school's not a problem for me. Really, just whatever needs to be taken care of, I try to operate as a pro in everything I do. So whether it's school, football, family, anything off the field, it's a non-negotiable. It's just got to be done. So
you mentioned Tiana, right? That's your fiance?
Yes, it's actually pronounced Tiani.
Tiani, okay. And she said that he's great at taking care of me and our dog. What kind of dog is it?
She's a lab terrier.
That's an interesting mix there.
It is. She's about 50 pounds. She's very lovable, intelligent, too smart for her own good. So, yeah, she's a.
How you said too smart for her own good, or his boy or girl?
Girl. Her name is Mocha.
Mocha. Okay. Where did that name come from?
Because I think she has part chocolate lab in her, so her coat, her fur is like that. It just made sense. And I'm a big coffee drinker, so the name and how she looks has just made sense.
That's awesome. Trev, we appreciate it. Tiani, appreciate her feedback. Now, when will you go to McDonald's next?
You know, I couldn't tell you right now. I did have some canes, but I did have some canes for lunch today. So it's just time to start eating right again. And who knows, maybe in a couple of weeks I'll end up at McDonald's. We'll see. Yeah, the strength coach, Vic Valoria, is going to be on you about those McDonald's and McDoubles and all that. He's going to take care of that. Yeah, no, definitely. It's important. Nutrition is important. And like I said, whatever needs to be handled off the field is non-negotiable. It's going to get handled. So we're good on that. So are you going to have to go back to Oregon, move? What is your schedule to get here? I would think on campus by what, early June? So I'm still in school I'm still finishing up my spring semester at Oregon. And so I'm going to use this time while I'm in school because I have all online classes. I'll be making the transition and moving in within the next couple of weeks. Okay. And I'll be moved in sometime around May. Hey, we appreciate it. Great personality. Congratulations. The Baylor fan base is obviously thrilled. I know the coaching staff has to be thrilled. Great to get to know you a little bit. We'll see you soon, and we'll start covering you. Treven Ma'ae with us, Oregon defensive lineman, transfer to Baylor on 365 Sports. And again, thanks to Tiani for some of the information as well.